Is Resident Evil 4 racist? I think so. You're about to find out why. First off, I find this game to be rather racist, chauvinistic, xenophobic, anti Semitic, and among other things. First things first, you play as this obvious chauvinistic, blonde haired, blue eyed white male that comes from the country of America to invade this poor, defenseless, Mexican country where all the people can only speak Mexican. I don't even understand what they're even saying. The only female role in this game is just some fucking piece of eye candy that you just tell them to do things. And she just follows your orders like a passive female should, an innocent thing that you're supposed to save. This game is very prejudiced and racially biased because as you go through, you ravage innocent Mexicans merely trying to defend themselves. Mexicans who can only afford ammo but no guns to facilitate any of the bullets you pick up, despite you still using an antique form of golden currency. This game is also, as I've been saying, racist, based around the fact that you meet this guy named Luis Sierra, who introduces himself as such, and then when the motherfucker's impaled, it doesn't even matter, because then Leon's all of a sudden like, Louis, as if he didn't even tell you how to say his name. Like, what the fuck? It's not even fair. You walk up to people like that trying to defend themselves with knives, put a shotgun in their face like a bigoted white male would, and then there you go. You don't even have to care about your ally. She just follows you on her own grounds. It doesn't even matter if she survives. Any other representation in this game is completely terrible. There's a Chinese lady named Ada Wong. Like, really, guys? There's more names for Chinese than that. Come on, Resident Evil, I expected better from you. And what kind of name is Wong anyway? That's like a penis. That's not a real name. The other guy that I can think of is like this Russian dude whose only personality traits is being a cold-blooded murderer and drinking vodka. Like, how stereotypical. I think his name's even Vladimir or something. A lot of people say that this game's scary, especially my Mexican friends, because they said it was scary that they could understand when they spoke Mexican in the game. However, I find this game to not be very scary, seeing how they have to bring out something like this to even attempt to defend themselves against you when you have something like fucking shotgun. Not to mention, this game is rather xenophobic. The only representation of a xenomorph in the entire game comes in the way of some stereotypical inspired right-hand man of this man named Salazar. And Salazar is just some kind of general fool that is represented as this monkey of a man, as if that's how they're trying to represent all Mexican people. This is a very intolerant game and not very promoting of multicultural beliefs at all. The only black girl in the game, Hunnigan, is reduced to a desk role and a mere support role over the radio intercom. There's nothing that they can do to me even if they wanted to. I have a shotgun. I'm fucking unstoppable. I'm a white male. I'm unstoppable. This game really makes you feel a white male ego power trip. It makes you fulfill the white male fantasy that Anita Sarkeesian was talking about this whole time. I also gotta side with Pato on this game. This game is rather disgusting. Look how it promotes the consumption of nothing but chicken, eggs, and fish being the only consumable items in the game, and it actually actively encourages you to kill all the wildlife you see, and the cows can't even retaliate. They don't even allow you to play as Ashley at any point in the game, which is really terrible and tries to promote the fact that women are merely defenseless and can't operate for themselves. Sorry, I had to take a break in a moment because it's just disgusting to me. I've never even beaten this game. It's terrible. It controls like shit. It only knows the color brown, except on Ashley's disgusting miniskirt, which they allow you to look up her panties. How disgusting, Resident Evil. I expected more from you. I find this game also to be very anti-Semitic and goes against many Jewish ways. Leon, despite acting like a major Jewish man himself the entire game by robbing everyone of their money and exploiting everyone for their goods and services, I find that it doesn't do a good job at the representation of the only Jew in the game, the merchant. Oh no, now you'll have no prize to take home with you, you chauvinistic male. This game's awful. I'm really good at video games, I promise. As I've been playing this, my general experience of Resident Evil 4 has been rather negative. Allow me to showcase to you what they show as what they try to make you believe that other Mexican people of larger weight looks like. Allow me to show you the big Mexican. You might be wondering what the main problem is with Ashley Graham, and allow me to tell you. My biggest problem with Ashley Graham is that despite all the QuickTime events in this game, there's never at any moment where they give you the option to bend her over, fuck her down, and take her to Browntown. Am I right? Like, come on, Resident Evil, I expected more from you. Why can't Ashley have a gun? I mean, like, honestly, if she's the president's daughter, and Louis even... See, now the game has me even saying his name wrong. Louis tells her that she has ballistics, but she's not even carrying a gun. I don't know what he means. Allow me to showcase what the big Mexican. They make it seem like other Mexicans enslave their own kind, and this is what they represent as the dumb people of their society. I think that that is wrong and honestly very illiberal given the circumstances of this game. And if I was to design the game, it would be taken in a much different regard, and I would promote a lot more diversity within the game. I mean, Leon Scott Kennedy, that could be a black man's name. Leon's a black person's name. Scott is, well, rather a white person's name. And Kennedy, he's related to John F. Kennedy. Everyone knows John F. Kennedy was assassinated because he was a racist. The government doesn't want racists in their thing, in our society. That's why Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy. This game's also offensive to the government and secret government organizations. Los Illuminados? Come on, guys, you might as well have a sign that says, fuck me, I'm the Illuminati. Like, come on, bro, do you think that the Illuminati deserves bad representationship like that? I don't. Resident Evil disgusts me as a game because it doesn't encourage any kind of equality in the slightest at all. Like I keep saying and reiterating, pillaging a poor, defenseless Mexican village does not make you the hero of a story, no matter what this game wants to imply. I believe that everyone should strike back against this game because this is not how I want video games to be represented in the year 2022. 23, if that's what the year is, I forget sometimes. I'm too worried about keeping all of my political alignments in check and everyone on my side, or otherwise I will bog them down with my beliefs if they do not align with mine. Honestly, I just feel like I'm picking on children this entire game because they make it seem as though that white men are nothing but pure major action stars. The only Mexican you make friends with in this game dies. Like, what the hell, game? They can defend themselves too. A lot of people say that this game's scary, but it's not scary at all. It's not scary at all because you're always over-equipped for every situation. You're like fucking Tom Cruise, bro. There's this one moment in the game where you do this Matrix shits to dodge lasers, and it's so fucking corny and not Resident Evil at all. Like, what the hell, guys? You don't even have to try when you're playing this game. There's no difficulty. It's terrible. Do you want to know the biggest problem with Ashley? Honestly, there isn't one. She listens to everything you say with very minimal problems. If you say wait, she waits. If you say follow me, she follows me. But you know what? I wish I could let Ashley act on her own. She's a big girl. She can take care of herself. Poor big Mexican. And then you rob their money. Like, what the fuck's up with that? This game has a Republican agenda behind it, where the only thing that it cares about is just guns. It just makes it seem like you can solve all your problems through violence. And the first thing you do is kick in a dude's door, shoot it down, walk in, have you seen this girl? And then when he tries to defend himself with a humble woodcutter's axe, what do? You blast his fucking head off. And then you can examine his corpse. It says, he's not a zombie. Well, no shit. He's an innocent fat Mexican farmer named Don Miguel. He's not hurting anybody. This game disgusts me, guys. I don't know if I can keep playing something like this. This racist, opinionated, one-sided, intransigent, bigoted, discriminatory, dogmatic, intolerant, sexist, racially bigoted, illiberal, anti-Semitic, prejudiced, xenophobic game.